Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my classic USFL franchise in Madden 24. This is Shane the Master. We're at the end of week 2, and we're 0-2. Our next game is against our arch rivals, the Birmingham Stallions. The Breakers and the Stallions were close rivals in the real USFL back in the 80s. So I'm looking forward to playing them twice a year. This is our first home game. And we do have some injuries to deal with, and also I think some upgrades we still need to do with our roster. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So as you can see, we have two pretty serious injuries. One of our best players, Jamison Brown, our defensive end, he's out for a couple weeks with a foot fracture. And then we have our right tackle, Brian Brackett, who's also out for a couple weeks with a broken finger. So we do have the numbers at those two positions without having to sign anybody. But let's see if maybe we can improve one of those two positions. And also, we also need to take a look at the tight end position because we only have 2 tight ends on the active roster. So we do have a lot of cap room. I think we're going to sign Corbin Allen. He's going to be about $2 million to sign, and he's a 75 overall. I think we can use the depth of tight end, so I'm going to go ahead and sign him. I'm also going to sign Darnell Wright, the right tackle. He's a 75 overall. He's a mentor as well. He's 33 years old, but I think he's good just to provide some depth while we're healing up at the right tackle position. So if we take a look at our depth charts now. All right, so we're going to have to bring one player back onto the practice squad. We can go ahead and do that. So Brian Brackett is going to be out. Yeah, Clayton Patterson, I think we'll move out. Back to the practice squad, if we can. Okay. All right, now we can adjust our depth chart. We'll move Darnell Wright as the backup left tackle here. And hopefully we don't get it to our third right tackle in the depth chart. All right, and let's go ahead and take a quick look at tight end position. So we just signed Corbin Allen. He's our second. He's gonna be our second tight end. And there we go. Taking a quick look at the Stallions, they actually have 2 superstar running backs on their team. With Jermaine Dunlap being the starter, he's a 96 overall with superstar ability. So that's a bit concerning there. They also have another running back with a 94 overall. And Ben Diggs is a superstar X Factor. So I'm not sure which one of them start, actually. But they're pretty close and they're both superstars. So that is something to be concerned about in this game. They're also pretty strong at the linebacker position, as you can see. Their next 3 top players are all linebackers. So, pretty stout roster for the Stallions. The Stallions are 1-1 in our division. And of course, we're 0-2 at the bottom of the division, tied with the Pirates. So, let's see if we can get our first victory. One thing I forgot to mention, I did want to upgrade my staff, as we do have 73 points at our disposal. I do want to do some upgrading of our offense. So I think I'm going to go with in the web, which is going to boost our catch and traffic for our wide receivers. So I think we can definitely, that's the one thing we can benefit from the most at this point. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that. There we go. Now we're ready to go in game against the Birmingham Stallions. Breakers come out of the shotgun. Goldberg throws it deep, and that is incomplete, as they had a couple defenders in the area with some contact, but no flag on the play. 3rd down and 11. Goldberg, quick throw to the outside. He has some room, and he's close to the 1st down, but they can mark it a yard short. That was Minter with the reception. And let's see what the Breakers do here. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 1. As Perryman is to the Goldberg side here. Perryman gets the ball, and he has plenty enough for the 1st down. And he got about 8 yards on that. That's going to be a 1st down for the Breakers. Goldberg coming out in the shotgun. 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Goldberg throws it deep. And it's going to be incomplete, as it was good coverage by the Stallions secondary there. 2nd down and 10. Perryman with the handoff. He makes a move, and he's able to get about 3 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Goldberg in the shotgun. Goldberg throws, and that is almost picked off. And that's going to make it 4th down, and the field goal unit's going to come out for the Breakers. This will be a 47-yard field goal. And it is good, and the Breakers are able to break the 0-0 tie at the 46-yard line. Nixon back to throw. He can't find anybody. He's go down once again. That is Wallace with his 1st sack, as the Breakers get their 3rd sack of the game. As the Breakers defense has been able to get pressure all game, all half long since the kickoff. Nixon hands it off to Dunlap. He makes a move. And he's going to get about 8 yards. Let's make it 3rd down and 13. And there's an injury on the field. I believe that's Dunlap. So we'll have to keep an eye on that injury. 3rd down and 13 for Birmingham. Nixon sets up the screen once again. They're not able to get the first down this time as they are 4 yards short. That was Moore with the catch, and it's going to be 4th down and 4, and Birmingham's going to go for it. Nixon in the shotgun. Nixon throws, and it's caught. The Breakers defender had a chance there to defend it, but Alston comes up with the catch, and that's a key first down for the Stallions to keep the drive alive. Nixon play action, but he's going to get sacked once again, this time with Conte, as Birmingham goes with the play action, and they had somebody, the Breakers had a defender right there waiting for the quarterback. So 2nd down and 18 now for the Stallions. Play action once again as Nixon dumps it off to the tight end up the middle, and he's going to get about 7 yards. Let's make a 3rd down and 10. And Van Dyke gets his first reception. Nixon drops back to throw. He's going to go deep and has an open receiver, and that's going to be a touchdown for Birmingham as Amari Hardwick catches it, had 3 steps on the Breakers defender, and he was wide open in the end zone. And so the Stallions score the first touchdown of the game. And the kick is up and good. And the Stallions go on a 12-play drive. Breakers return the kick out of the end zone. He has some room to run up the middle, and he gets all the way to the 28-yard line. He was very close to taking that to the house. He was only 1 tackler away from doing so, but it's going to be first down at the 28-yard line. Goldberg gives it to Perryman, and he's going to be taken down for a 1-yard loss. Goldberg throws it deep, and that is caught along the sidelines, but there is a flag on the play. And that is going to be personal foul, unnecessary roughness. So the Breakers catch a break there with the big pass play plus a 15-yard personal foul penalty. So they have it all the way at the 33-yard line of Birmingham. Goldberg back to throw, and he's going to chunk it out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Goldberg back to throw. He throws it to Perryman, but only a couple yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Quick throw by Goldberg. He has more up the middle, and he's all the way down to the 12-yard line. I'll make that Faulkner. Faulkner with his 3rd catch of the half. So first down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Breakers with only 30 seconds left in the half. They need to hurry up. Goldberg back to throw. He throws it to Moore. Or throws it to Perryman, I should say. And he's all the way down to the 1-yard line. Breakers are not using their timeout. Goldberg in the end zone. It is incomplete. Right out of the hands of number 87. And he dropped the ball, and the Breakers have to settle for a field goal here with 3 seconds remaining in the half. And what a costly mistake there by number 87 of the Breakers. I didn't catch who that was. But Goldberg made a great pass, and the receiver just dropped the ball. So the Stallions are going to kneel it here with 1 second remaining. And that play might come back to haunt the Breakers. So very big missed opportunity for the Breakers offense at the end of the first half. Let's see if they can get a drive going here. As Goldberg comes out in the shotgun. They give us to Perryman. He has the room to up the middle. He makes a move. He's still running. He's to the 50-yard line, all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's Perryman. And that is his best run of the game. So first down at the 44-yard line now, as Perryman takes a breather on the sidelines. And the handoff is to Vernon with a nice tough run for 7 yards as he's able to break it out to the outside. Vernon's still in the game in the I formation as we have 2nd down and 3. Vernon with the carry once again, and he breaks a tackle and he's able to get past the first down marker. So another tough run there by Vernon. Goldberg comes out in the shotgun, empty set now. First down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Goldberg getting blitzed. He throws it. He's able to get rid of the ball, though, but that's going to be incomplete as the Stallions come with a blitz up the middle. 2nd down and 10 now. Perryman back in the game in the I formation. Goldberg back to throw. He throws it to Perryman in the flat, but he's got nowhere to go as he's going to lose 3 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 13. Goldberg back to throw. He tries to set up the screen to Perryman, but Perryman is going to get tackled just 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. And that's going to make it 4th down, and I guess we'll see the field goal unit come on once again for the Breakers. This will be a 48-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it is good. As Moody kicks another field goal, it's 3rd of the game to give the Breakers a 9-7 lead. Nixon back to throw once again. He has a receiver up the middle, and that is caught. And that is Hardwick once again with a good catch on 3rd down. And the drive stays alive for Birmingham, who now have it at the 28-yard line of the Breakers. Quick throw by Nixon, but that's only going to be caught for 1 yard. As Mingo with his 5th catch. 2nd down and 9. They give us to Diggs, but once again, he does not have any room whatsoever. The Breakers' run defense has been outstanding today, holding 2 very good running backs to minimal amounts of yards today. 3rd down and 10 as the clock is getting ready to expire in the 3rd quarter. Nixon rolls out to his left. He throws it deep, but that's going to be way out of bounds out the back of the end zone. So the field goal units on the field for the Stallions. This will be a 45-yard field goal. And he hits the upright. It is no good. As the left-footed kicker, Scott, hits the left upright. And so the Breakers catch another break and prevent the Stallions from scoring on their second consecutive drive inside the red zone. Nixon hands off to Diggs. Diggs has some room, and he's still running. He's to the 40, 50, 40, 30, and he is finally tackled all the way at the 23-yard line of New Orleans. And the Breakers defense finally broke, as they've held the running game of Birmingham in check all game long. But it took one play for Diggs to break a run here. So first down and 10 now at the 23-yard line of New Orleans. Nixon back to throw. And that is complete. That is Hardwick. Good for 9 yards. He's 1 yard short of the first down. Second down and 1 as Diggs is in the backfield for Birmingham. Play action by Nixon. And he throws it complete for a first down. That is number 84, Van Dyke. And so it's going to be first down and 10 at the 10. Nixon hands it off. Diggs has nowhere to go that time. He's going to lose a yard. So he's second down and 11. Nixon back to throw. He throws in the end zone. He has open receiver. Touchdown, Birmingham. Jonathan Mingo with the catch for a touchdown. As the Stallions are able to take advantage of the big run by Diggs. And the extra point is good, and it is 14-9 Stallions. As that's going to be knelt in the end zone. Catch, but only for 18 yards. Perryman with the handoff. He has some room up the middle. He's still running. He's to the 50-yard line. All the way down to the 46-yard line of Birmingham. As Minter comes up a little shaky. And he's going to the locker room. So first down after the big play for the Breakers. Goldberg back to throw. He rolls out to his right and he's going to go down. That is Williams once again. And the Stallions get their third sack of the game. So it's now second down and 17. Goldberg back to throw. And that is incomplete. As Moore couldn't come up with the catch. Third down and 17. And that's going to be another sack. And he's fumbled the ball. Goldberg fumbled the ball as he was sacked. He was trying to do play action, but the Stallions had 2 or 3 players there waiting for him after he faked the handoff. So that is a big play for the Stallions on defense. And the Breakers are running out of time. First turnover of the game for the Breakers, as the Stallions now in the ball at the 36-yard line as Nixon goes play action. He throws it to the outside, and that is caught by Nowak for 7 yards. Second down and 3 at the 30-yard line of the Breakers. Diggs in the backfield. Nixon back to throw. That is caught along the sidelines, and that is Glover. His first catch of the game. That's 11-yard gain. First down and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Breakers. Diggs in the backfield once again. Diggs gets the ball, and he's going to get about 5 yards. It's going to be second down and 5. Nixon under center. Diggs gets it once again, and he's only going to get a couple yards there. It's going to be third down and 3. So big defensive play upcoming for the Breakers. Nixon back to throw. He throws it to the sidelines, but that is not a good throw. Out the reach of the receiver. And that's going to be fourth down, and the Stallions are going to bring the field goal unit onto the field for a chip shot field goal. This will be 29 yards. And it is good. And that makes it 17-9 Stallions. Breakers still within one score as they return out the end zone. And he's going to get tackled at the 22-yard line. That's going to make it third down and 10. Goldberg gets blitzed up the middle, and he fumbles it once again. Number 94 of the Stallions picks it up, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Stallions. That is Mark Evans, the linebacker. And that is the dagger for the New Orleans Breakers. As Birmingham scores a defensive touchdown. And the extra point by Birmingham. And that's going to make it 24-9. Play action by Goldberg. And that is caught along the sidelines as the Breakers call timeout. That is George with his first reception. Goldberg once again caught. It's good for 8 yards, but the clock continues to run. Second down and 2. Goldberg throws up the middle, number 88. He's down at the 4-yard line. Breakers use that last timeout. Goldberg drops back to throw, and that is broken up by number 22 of the Stallions. That was Foster. Second down and goal. Goldberg throws in the end zone, and that is caught. That is Byers, who's had a slow day today after his big week last week. And the Breakers were able to at least score their first touchdown of the game. But it's probably going to be too little too late. And it is good. And it is 24-16 Stallions. As the Breakers are going to go for another onside kick, just like they did last week. And that is possessed by the Stallions. And that's going to be the end of the game. Things are not looking good for Dennis Allen. It's 24-16 final. So the Breakers lose 24-16 in what was mostly a defensive game for much of the game. Breakers giving up 17 points in the fourth quarter, including a fumble return for a touchdown and just two key turnovers. Basically, both of fumbles by the quarterback, Goldberg, is essentially what the difference ended up being. Nixon, not much better of a quarterback than Goldberg, but Goldberg had two fumbles in the game that were very costly. The running game, I think the Breakers held the Stallions' run game in check for much of the game until Diggs broke a 65-yard run in the fourth quarter. And the Breakers' offense struggled most of the game. They only had 3 field goals in the game up until the last drive during garbage time. So the Breakers' offense needs to play a lot better, and I think we have to do a lot of upgrades, especially on the offensive side of the ball, if we're going to want to compete in this league. Three of 14 on third down conversion. Not very good. 4 penalties. There was one drive where I believe the Breakers' offensive line had 3 false start penalties. So that's not good either. So I think we got a long ways to go. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's still plenty of season left. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you take this trip with me and building this team up. I'm excited about playing with the USFL and the teams in the league. So thanks again for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.